everyone, and welcome back to some more Pokémon Legends Z-A! Last time we had a bunch of story progress happen. Now, what are we doing today? Today, we are gonna go and bounce to these two restaurants. You'll notice that the extra areas, the Wild Zone areas, have been completed. These are the Pokemon that you can catch there. We have Carbink, Esper, Fletchinder, Kadabra, Sableye, and Mawile. In the 10th spot, in Wild Zone 10, an area that we were going to show, but I just didn't do because I completely forgot that I wasn't supposed to. It is Slowpoke. It's Slowpoke. Oh my gosh, I'm blanking. The evolution of Ekans. Watchdog, Bellsprout, Carvanha, Staryu, and Tynamo. Let me look at my Pokedex real quick, because I can actually just do that. Remind myself. Arbok! Thank goodness I can actually do that. Ugh, goodness. Also, in other Wild Zones, so I might as well show this. In Wild Zone 7, as we know, we have Hippopotas, Audino, Vanillite, Kuna, Floette, Rosalia, and Shuppet. In Wild Zone 8, you have Crocodile, Sandile, Gibble, Drillbur, Machop, and Numel. And that is all the new Wild Zone Pokemon. Night is falling over the city, but we have some more things to talk about. I'd like to introduce, while this is happening, that we're going to be adding another member of the team, possibly. And that another member of the team is this Gabite. Or should I say, the Gibble that I caught, then it evolved into Gabite. I really like the idea of having Garchomp on the team. I'm a big fan of having a Dragon type on the team. And we're getting close to having certain Pokemon be evolved. And it doesn't eliminate the potential for Mega Evolutions at all. In fact, we're going to evolve two Pokemon. We're going to evolve two Pokemon. First off, we're going to evolve Guardian, the Kirlia. Into God of War. And then, our starter is actually able to evolve today. We have Croconaw. And that is going to evolve into the very fun Feraligatr. Let's take Feraligatr out. I want to see what it looks like. Oh my gosh, that's cool. Look how big he is. Look how big Feraligatr's gotten. Let's check out Gardevoir, though. Not the height of a trainer, huh? We have a Gardevoir now. Now, what are we doing for the rest of the episode? We are going to do these last two side missions, but before we do that, I plan on using these EXP candies on the Gabite, as they serve as a way to get the Gabite caught up a little bit with the rest of the team. I want to make sure that he gets a little bit, they get a little bit of love. I forgot that it's a female Gabite. But, does that mean that Absol, wherever Absol went, is off the team? No, it doesn't. It doesn't mean that in the slightest. In fact, I'm probably still going to have Absol on the team. We're probably going to do a rework of the team after these side missions. I'm probably going to do a rework on the team. And I'll probably cut that out of this video, and I'll showcase what Pokemon we went with after. But we are going to change out our Pokemon very slightly. I don't plan on us using the same Pokemon over and over and over again. I'm going to make some changes to the team. And most of these changes are just going to be, like, very basic changes. Got the Magenta District. Hello. See these little ones here? They're Trubbish, the trash bag Pokemon. Developed a taste for our cafe's food scraps. They keep coming back. Trob. Hello, garbage bag. I'm happy they like our food, don't get me wrong, but the smell that Trubbish gave off isn't exactly a crowd pleaser. We're starting to lose brand customers. Troublesome patrons. We gotta take a bag of trash. Sure. They're going for a walk with some trash. Come on. Yeah, that torch rubbish at the end. An outing with a shrimp of Trubbish, eh? Nice work. I don't like that. Saying that we have to share food with the Trubbish, it really makes it funny that they're trash bags. Rare candies! That's our first instance of that. So, rare candies, what do? They increase the level by 1 stage. Very, very helpful items, too. That clears that out. Alright, we've got one last one. Let's go take care of it. And then I'll do some reworking on the old team slots. In our teams. What can I do for you, sir? Oh, more! I need a hotter flame! I suppose I may have... I suppose you must have heard me talking to myself. Problem, you see, is that I can't get it a hot enough flame. Here provides our firepower. And burn at max heat until it less loots in battle. I must ask for your help. Ah, he wants a battle, eh? I think the best Pokemon we've got right now is, I think it might actually be a great idea to have, our newly caught Gibble/Gabite take this battle. Challenged by Arnie the Waiter. He sends out a Litleo. We send out a Gabite. Beautiful Sandstream. Very nice. There we go. Knocked him down. What do you got for me? A Houndoom. Fun. And then he sends out a Numble. Bubble Beam. Good job. Very well. Alright. And now we've helped them get the hottest flames they need for today's stakes. A burn heal. That, wow, what an award for us to help this chef get his Litleo to burn hot. Will-O-Wisp and a Firestone. Those are more useful than that burn heal. Okay. Now, we only have one step to go, and that is to go to the main mission. But we're gonna sit here for a minute, and I'm gonna think about what team I want to go with. I will see you all in a minute. And we're back! So, as you can clearly see, we have a new team comp. What I went with, and the idea is that we're going to wait and see if we can get something better as a flying type. A flying type, a better fire type, or something along those lines. I really like Fletchinder, I do, but I think we can do better. And I really like the idea of having a Gabite on the team. I really do. And Absol is the first Mega Evolution we got, and I really like Absol. And the opportunity to use an Absol is way better than the ability not to. So, we are going to go in to here. And I am going to use the first these two rare candies on Synth, so it's at least able to do stuff. Now, calciums. I'm going to dump the calcium into here. Then our Carbos I'm going to give to our Fletchinder. Which you'll notice that I have nicknamed these Pokemon. We have Poseidon, Guardian, Toadstool, Flamestro, Terror, and Synth. And those are our Pokemon. Now let's head to the main mission. But before I do that again, I want to make sure that I give these Pokemon some good moves. I want to go here and check its moves and see if we can give it anything better. I want to get rid of... I'm getting rid of Tackle for Bite. We do have Rock Slide available to us, which I think is a good idea. I'm going to get rid of Sand Tomb for that. And then I also really like the idea of giving this thing Swords Dance. Make it even stronger. Yeah. Yeah, I think I like that a lot. It allows this particular Gabite to hit pretty hard. And that's our team. Let's go. We're gonna have Gabite selected, though. This is Questarco's building. It was only built about 3 years ago. This whole vision of a city where people and Pokemon live in harmony, nothing that big becomes a reality overnight. Bet people have been working on it for a while. Dedenne! Dedenne guards, huh? Pokemon as guards? Yeah, these Dedenne aren't gonna let us by without a fight. What should we do? Gotta battle 'em. You gotta get in. Dedenne guards or no? I kind of like the idea that Sword Dance is a aerial move. Get in there. Very nicely done. Very nice. Very nice. There we go. Get Given our aims to coexist with Pokemon here in the Mios, seems fitting to employ some of them as guards. That's less ideal if they're defeated. If you don't mind my asking, do you have an appointment here? You've been invited by Vinny. Vinny? Ah, as in the CEO's secretary. He called for you? That's correct, I did. We have some important business to discuss, business that will impact with Starco Inc. I'm sorry to rush you when you just wrapped up your battle with our guard today, but please join me at a battle court. At the battle court beside our building. Okay. Okay. We will join him at our battle court. Alright, I think I'm gonna have Gart. I feel like this guy's gonna be using something and wants us to show off our Mega Evolution, so. Important business needs to be discussed on a battle court. Please allow me to introduce myself once again. As I mentioned upon our first meeting, I am Ving, and I serve as secretary to the CEO of Costerco Inc. Now I must indulge in a little story time. Last night, our organization detected a certain injury that we have been on the lookout for. He headed to the source of the energy at once. However, by the time we arrived, someone had resolved the matter for us. Let me be direct in my inquiry. Do you know what became of the Mega that the Absol that underwent Rogue Mega Evolution? I calmed it down. Superbly done! Where's this going, Vinny? As you know, Costerco Inc. has been tasked with carrying out this city's redevelopment. We became aware that these cases of rogue evolution could impede our goals. As a result, we've been quietly working in the background to try to take care of any incidents. Yet these incidents have only increased, and our teams are struggling to respond to them all. And since Tommy here took care of that Absol, now you're interested in him. Superbly deduced. That is exactly right. You are truly a Pokemon trainer worthy of the Mega Ring that AZ entrusted to you. Now, as I was saying, we had to consider creative solutions to our lack of internal human resources for this task. An idea floated that perhaps we could ask strong Pokemon trainers in Limios for their aid. That is how the Z-A Royale came to be. We have provided highly ranked participants with Mega Rings, partly at the behest of AZ. He has made it clear to us that we must locate the strongest Mega Evolution user in the city. And I've been trying to get into the upper ranks myself, hoping that Costerco would loop me in about cases of rogue Mega Evolution if I did. Tommy and I are still just rank V, which brings us to the main reason I summoned you here. One moment. I've taken care of preparations and should appear on your end momentarily. For Trainer Tommy V, your next promotion match has been decided. You are face Trainer Vinny. The trainer who wins will be specifically promoted to rank F. Whoa, what? Wait, it looks like both of us are having our next promotion match against Vinny? Yes, while Tommy may have already received a Mega Ring, he haven't yet had the chance to evaluate his fitness, taking care of rogue Mega Evolution incidents on his own. And as the leader of Team Z, it would be more efficient if you could also receive direct updates from our team going. Yeah, I want to protect people and Pokemon of Limios. That means helping out the poor Pokemon that are going rogue Mega Evolution. Looks like we'll need ourselves some Challenger tickets, Tommy. Okay. So, that is some great information for us. I thought for sure he was about to yell at us for clearing it without permission. That is some great information. That means that our next goal is we're going to skip up a bunch of ranks, which is kind of crazy if you think about it. If you think about this, right? We're just skipping all the way from rank B to rank F. I don't know why, though. That doesn't seem kind of fair to everyone else. But alright. I think that about does it for this episode. I think next time on Pokémon Legends Z-A, we will do some battle zones. Do battle zones or some fights in the battle zone. And that will lead us to our next steps in the main story. I will see you all then. Bye-bye.